everyone! In today's tutorial, we'll be learning about zipped objects in Python. And with the help of Python code, we'll be covering topics like what are zipped objects, how to zip more than two objects, what happens to zipped objects when the iterators are of unequal length, how to use loops with zipped objects, how to sort them, as well as how to unzip them. Now it's time to move to our Python code. So, let's go! To understand zipped objects, let's consider we have got two lists, which is product category and sales. And now if we want to zip them together, we will write zip bracket product category comma sales. Oops. And now we can save it in an object. Let's call it zipped underscore object equal to zip product category comma sales. Now if we try to print this zip object, we can't see the result. But to view the result, we can write it like list zipped object. And now we can see each and every single element has been tied as a pair. That is, the first element from product category has been tied to first element in sales. You know, we can also zip more than two objects. Suppose we have got three lists, which is product category, sales and returns, and we want to zip them. So to zip them, we will write it as zipped object equal to zip bracket product category comma sales comma returns. And now if we list our zipped object, we can see that the first element of every list has been tied together to form a tuple. So there is no restriction that only two lists can be tied in a zipped object. It can be more than two. But now let's consider a special case. What if our lists are unequal in length? Let's say over here, if our product category list had only two elements and the remaining two lists have four elements, and if we try to zip them together, now let's see our zipped object. We will notice that there are only two elements. That is, the biscuits has been tied to the first element of sales and returns, which is 5,000 from sales and 1,000 in returns, and lotions has been tagged to the second element from both the lists. However, since there was no third or fourth element present in product category list, that's why the remaining elements in sales and returns list, they have been dropped. So, in a nutshell, if the lists are unequal in length, then we will get a final zipped object of the minimum length. Here the minimum length was 2, that's why we got a minimum length of 2 in this zipped object. You know, zipped objects are very useful because we can then now iterate over them. So for this, let's consider our two lists, which is product category and sales, and we can now run for loops or while loops over there. So let's take a for loop. So let me write a for loop as for pc comma s in zip product category comma sales. And then if we are writing print pc print s, and then I am writing hashes, and if I print this thing, we can see that biscuits and 5,000, when we are working in this for loop, then it's not like we don't need two different for loops for it. We can zip them together and we can have two iterators, which is pc and s, where pc is for product category and s is for sales. You know, zipped objects are also very helpful in sorting. So let's see. Suppose here we have got three lists and we want to sort the elements of one list, but we want the other two lists to also automatically get sorted. Then we can use just zipped objects. Let's firstly create a zipped object using these three lists. So zipped object equal to zip and then product category comma sales comma returns. So now to sort these three lists together by product category, then how do we do it? We have a special function for this called sorted. So for which we write it as sorted, and now we write our zipped object, and here we write our key is equals to, key is a reserved keyword which we are defining now. So here we will write our lambda function, which is lambda x, and here we are writing x square bracket 0. So now why are we writing lambda x square bracket 0? It means it will take a zipped object as an input and then it will sort on the basis of 0th position. Now over here 0th means product category. So if we sort this thing, we can now see that all these three lists have been sorted where the first element, that is the 0th element, is sorted in ascending order. Now suppose what if we wanted to sort it by sales column and not product category column. So let me recreate my zipped object over here, and instead of x square bracket 0 in this function, I'll write x square bracket 1. Then it will see it has sorted the sales by ascending order. Similarly, to sort the sales in descending order, I'll rerun this code, but now instead of x square bracket 1, I'll write minus over here. So now you can see all of these lists have been sorted by sales and sales are there in descending order. So now we have seen that using any iterator object like list, tuples or sets, we can create a zipped object. But what if we want to unzip it due to some reason? So let's say firstly let's create our zipped object over here. For this we don't have any unzip function. What we use is a zip function but with a star. So let's see, currently we have our zipped object over here and I will write zip and then star and the name of the zipped object. Now if I run it, it will actually not show me anything, but then because I know that this zipped object was created using three lists, so over here I can write a, b, c equal to, so that each one of the lists is saved consecutively. So a will contain the first list, b will contain second and c will contain the third list. So now let's see, if I write a and c, it contains all the names of product categories. Similarly with b, it contains the sales and c, it contains the returns. So that was all about zipped objects in Python. If you learned something new, do let us know in the comments below. We would love to know your feedback. Until then, see you soon.